2027 Storm Track weather with Chief Meteorologist John Ziegler.
Sorry, I didn't choose the voice to cut you off there, sir. I would never do that. I would never do that. All right. So listen, we are under the winter storm warning and an advisory south towards Rockford, and smushed in the middle of that is the ice storm warning. Now, we don't deal with ice storm warnings that frequently. Obviously, we get ice storms here in southern Wisconsin, much more common than northern Wisconsin because they usually get snow. And this is the latter. They're going to get a ton of snow up there. We've got to deal with the mess. This is my biggest concern always. Anytime we have an ice storm warning in the Platteville area, Lafayette, Rock, Greene counties, and Walworth counties, you have to prepare for the worst. Roads are going to be very tricky during this time, Wednesday during the day into Thursday morning. And we're going to be dealing with the potential for those power outages. Again, this is something that you want to monitor as the situation unfolds. But half an inch of ice can be very damaging, so that is possible under these conditions. Now you're going to notice, wow, we have snow coming in, very light. I think we'll see some flurries right now as this warm front passes over. It's pretty dry today, and the warm front is working its way in. Now you got this giant warm front here. This is technically wave 1. Warm front snow can be okay. The wave 2, the big low, that's the big snow. The left quadrant of that, wherever that ends up, is going to be the monster snowstorm. Of course, I'm sure you heard, Sarah was talking about earlier, it's Minneapolis. Minneapolis is the bullseye. You can see the blizzard warnings all the way through Minneapolis area there. Huge events, 50-mile-an-hour winds. We'll see 35-mile-per-hour winds, but we are on the edge of this thing. Most of Wisconsin will be dealing with sheer snow. Tracking the first one out, this is the band tonight. Notice Madison South flurries. Once you get up towards, let's call it Portage and the Dells, this is where you can see some light snow. I can see 1 to 2 inches up there, nothing major. Stevens Point, on the other hand, could see 4 or 5. As we go to tomorrow morning, this is the time to travel. You can get to work and then you can't leave work. Work never closes, right? I don't think I've ever not come into work from snow. I think it's more important the worse it gets for me. Now, what we're looking at tomorrow morning, like I said, is a break. I know people have flights, whatever you're doing, you can get out. But it's at noon tomorrow. This is where I put the brakes on. This stuff is going to be coming in hot and heavy. It's going to be very heavy, and the precipitation is not going to stop from noon through the evening. Now, what I want to show you is this line. Anything on the line, which you'll notice is near Madison and Watertown, it's going to be kind of fluctuating between snow, sleet, and freezing rain. North of it, very intense snow. That includes the Dells, Necedah, over towards Mauston. Mainly freezing rain in Monroe and Janesville. Going at 4 o'clock in the morning, you'll notice the precipitation lightens up. Still a mix for most of us. And then as we go into Thursday afternoon, they're still getting snow up here, but we will be done. So I think it ends first here in southern Wisconsin. But tonight, we talked about that snow, just a trace for most of us, maybe an inch or so up to the north. But you see it's starting already in Minneapolis. Over to Wausau, they'll get about 3 to 6. Talked about the intensity a little bit. This is not a chance for precip. We know that's going to happen. Just focusing on intensity. Very light tonight. Light snow. Nothing tomorrow morning. It comes in very fast. Noon to midnight tomorrow, pretty much all the PM hours on Wednesday is where we're going to see the heaviest mixed precipitation, and then it will wind down Thursday morning. How much are we going to see? Sleet, freezing rain, heavy snow. This line here is very valuable. I've got it on the Dells. Anything north of it, 10 plus. It's not going to trend, right? That's why I have 3 to 6 to 10. It's not going to trend. It's not going to be like 3, 4, 5. No, it's going to be 3, 10. It's going to happen in like 1. You could throw a stone, it'll go from 1 inch to 10 inches. So you're going to see a little bit of slushy accumulation here, 1 to 3, mainly sleet in Madison, and there's the problem, the freezing rain down in Monroe and Janesville. And the impacts of the storm, I think this is fascinating, right? You could see the major impacts from that major snow right on that Dells area up to Necedah. There's a break where it goes to minor, right where the low passes over, and then it goes back to a moderate impact, and that is because this is picking up on the freezing rain here, and you can see it's not as much freezing rain, and then this is the snow. So the impacts in that major snow, obviously traveling anywhere north of our viewing area tonight. Even Black River Falls, the Dells, north of the Dells anywhere, Stevens Point, Eau Claire, not a good idea Wednesday or Thursday. And I don't say that a lot, but I just wouldn't do it. 19 on Friday, Saturday and Sunday. It will be actually really a seasonal weekend to enjoy the snow. I'm talking about you guys. I am very jealous. From in Necedah right now, watching, you guys are going to get absolutely just hammered.